Welcome back, learners. In this session, we are going to discuss performance appraisal interviews. As we have seen in the last few lectures, the appraisal methods used for performance appraisal by the organizations. In this section, we will be trying to understand what are the types of these interviews and what are the skill sets which are required for performance appraisal interviews. So let us start by understanding the concept. So why the performance interviews are required? Friends, when the performance appraisal starts with the process of instructing employees about their work and evaluating their work on a periodical basis through various techniques or sources, one of them was self-appraisal form. That form is filled by the employee as well as similar form or a different form is also filled by the superior of that employee to cross-check whether what he is feeling is same pursued by his manager. After these processes, there comes a stage before appraising one's performance, and that is interview phase. Here, whatever the employee has filled in the form, whatever he has observed about himself and also his perceptions of manager, he is given one chance to express his feelings, understandings and also his future plans, and the manager tries to know whether he is willing to do or improve his performances wherever required, or if he is a star performer, then also this interview is conducted to know what are the expected future contributions from him that can come for the processes. So there are three types of these interviews which are conducted. One is tell and sell interview, second is tell and listen interview, and the third one is problem solving interview. So what is different in these types and what exactly happens? So these interviews go on in between employee and his immediate supervisor. He may be manager, team leader or so, whosoever the post is, but it is the immediate superior who takes the interviews. So these interviews allow the honest conversations between the two, and here there is also an opportunity for the goal setting by the employee for himself in the future, and also the manager can get the idea that what other goals can be set for the employee. It is one-on-one conversation. Friends, try to understand here and please remember that it is not one-to-one conversation, it is one-on-one conversation. One-to-one is usually one-to-one which can also be possible in where many people are present, and when one is talking to one person, that we can say that it's a one-to-one conversation. But in one-on-one conversation, the privacy or confidentiality matters a lot, and when one-on-one conversations go on, there are various topics that are discussed which cannot be discussed openly otherwise. So these interviews also allow us the appraisal opportunities for the employee, and there also goes a feedback system from the manager to the superior, and this feedback is given on the basis of his past performances which are at this stage already evaluated by the managers. It is a mutual willingness dialogue where before this interview the interviewee is prepared mentally. The interviewer is also prepared with the training that what kind of questions he is going to ask, what way he is going to ask, how he is supposed to react on various responses of the employees. So here it is a well planned and prepared type of interview where both are given the ideas. One is given the idea that you have to conduct the interview, and one is given the idea that yes, your interview will happen with your immediate manager, and there can be some discussions where you have the opportunity to express yourself. You have also the opportunity to raise questions if you have any on your appraisals and so on. So depending on what responses are expected from the employee, these types differ. Okay. And there are also various purposes for these types. So it is a mutual willingness and dialogue. So when the interview has been conducted, both should have an idea and both should be mentally prepared to go for those conversations. These are although one-on-one conversations where the employee has the freedom to express his feelings for his performances and expectations. It is having a formal structure and it is generally it is an yearly process. So it is a formal structure that one has to remember, and a systematic set of questions is being put. So how these types differ? So first type is tell and sell interview. Telling, we can understand what selling has to do here. So by selling here means the manager has the role to sell. What he has to sell, let us understand. So in this particular type of tell and sell, the manager acts as a judge in the interview and the employee is being given the idea of his performances, which is common in all three of the types. After giving the idea of his performances, the results are shared to him and the manager here guides the employee about improving the areas where the performer is lacking. It is the main thing here that the results are communicated to the employee and the guidelines are being given by the manager as a judge to the employee. So here he is having a certain right as a mentor to guide him, and also he aims to pursue the subordinate. Now what selling has to do here means he is selling the expectations of the organization to the employee. Friends, try to understand here when the guidelines are being given, that means we are expecting that the employee should act according to the guidelines. Otherwise, they will not be needed. If he is a star performer, then the discussions will be on certain different topics. If he outperforms, obviously the ideas will be collected by him and not the guidelines will be given to him. This is the difference. So the aim of tell and sell is to sell the expectations of the organization as per the standard performance norms. So who is going to sell? Manager is going to sell. To whom? To the performer. The performer may be the employee or the subordinate of the manager, and this is the type of tell and sell. In the tell and listen interview, the aim is to communicate the results, and this interview splits in two parts. One part is where just he tells the results to the subordinate and be on the listening part. So first part of the interview is telling him, sharing the past performance results and his performance expectations, and be on the listening mode. So here also manager having the role of judge, but not at the first part. So he is on the listening mode, and the second part allows the subordinate to express his feelings, and here the manager or the role of the manager is to explore what exactly he is feeling about various appraisal issues. So here one may have, the employee may have the negative feelings about the appraisal scores. So here he is given the chance to express. So in the first part he will be sharing his performance results and be on the listening mode if one has to say anything. In the next part he will allow him to express or raise any questions, and here the difference between first and the second is, in the second part, in the later type, that is tell and listen, that listening includes allowing and even making him to raise certain negative aspects if he is having, so that the manager will come to know what is going on in the mind of the employee about his performance scores and also about the overall performances of him in the organization. So here the type of draining off the negative feelings and appraisal is done. so that once the negative feelings of the employee are drained off, he is empty to fill the positive aspects, and these positive aspects can be filled by setting him new goals and also allowing him certain new opportunities in the present job. So this is tell and listen. So listening is important here which allows the understanding of the feelings. And the third part is problem solving interview. This type is not here like the first two parts where the manager is acting as a judge. Here he is not a judge. Here he is a helper. He is a mentor. He may turn into a coach. So problem solving interviews are not judging but they helping the employee. Now help to what? They help them to discover their own deficiencies. In the first part, telling and right away selling him the expectations means telling him what to do and what not to do is happening. In the second part, telling and letting express is happening. In the third part, telling and allowing them discover their deficiencies. That means we are assuming here that deficiencies are there, and because the problem solving, that the problem has to be present and the problem has already identified by the evaluation processes. So when evaluation happens, evaluation, interview and then appraisals happen. So this process you will have to remember that evaluation is already done by evaluating the performances and feedback systems. If they are using 360 degree, then various sources are giving them the feedback and those feedbacks are collected and analyzed. So this has already happened here, that we have to remember. So what is a problem solving interview? So is it needed? It will be needed when the problems are identified. These problems are with the low performances of the employee, or is dissatisfaction expressed through various aggressions, or his overall behavior with his peers, and etc. So discover their own deficiency means deficiencies are present here, and these deficiencies are also identified the managers, suitable for coaching and development. So when the deficiencies are identified by employees themselves, now what they will feel, how they will feel. Just try to imagine that, okay, if one is an employee and employee is being told that you have not performed well, your performances have gone down, you are not up to the mark, you are not up to the targets, and your overall behavior is also remarked by other of your peers or colleagues. So how he will feel? Now here, in these types of interviews, the feelings of the employees are being given priority, because if these feelings are not drained off, if these feelings are not known to the manager, they may turn into other aggressive sources or forms, or they may take ugly forms but through their behaviors again. So they may tend to manipulate few things and so on. So we have to control here. So it also allows a control mechanism for the behavior aspects and suitable for coaching and development. We are talking here about coaching and development because when the deficiencies are identified, the next stage is to improve them. How one will improve his areas of lacunas? Through coaching, to development, and through learning those things. So the trainer here identifies what is a training need, and that can be forwarded to the training department. So this is how there are the three types of appraisal interviews. Friends, these interviews are different from the interviews we are going to learn in the selection process, because simultaneously that topic is also being discussed in the subject of MPRS, that is Manpower Planning, Resources, Recruitment and Selection. This is the subject of performance management system, where we are discussing these types. So to conclude this, I would again recall or recite some points that this is a problem solving method. These all three types of process interviews are problem solving. In the problem resolution happens here, and clearing the misunderstandings of the employees is a great opportunity for the managers as well as employees. So their perceptions can be identified and can be cleared. Mutual agreement has to be there, so both has to be ready for the interview, otherwise one will hold his feelings and will not be open enough. Past performance is being reviewed here, so tell and the problem solving, it is already identified. So when we are talking about tell, that means what we are going to tell, their past performances. So past performances are being reviewed in all the interviews, and evaluation criteria are being decided, can be discussed by the employee and the manager in between in one-on-one conversations. Here the manager has the opportunity to influence this. Friends, you have to please note down these all points which I have just shown in the cloud forms. These are the crux of these methods. The influencer. So when a manager is able to influence, that means the behavior or the expected performance can be gained by the employee, from the employee. So the manager has a role to play here in these types of interviews. So you can see here there is a balance of the appraisal interview where the tasks are being discussed between the managers and the employees. Future tasks can be decided between the manager and the employees. Employees can be made ready to accept the standard of performances they can contribute in the future, and so on. So this is the type of interviews, and to discuss about the skills, those are required by the interviewer. So that interviewer has to be expert in that area. He is given a training how to conduct these interviews, and some of the results are being directly told to the manager also, to the next authority level, and they are told, the manager can told his superior that yes, I have conducted these interviews, and with this employee there are these issues, these have been guided, and they discuss it. So it is about the goal setting on the basis of past performances. So this is how it is required. It is required frequently so that they can check the pulse of the performances. Remember? So I would quote it that checking the pulse of the performances of the employee is possible here with these types of interviews. They are widely used. They have been standardized, and most of the organizations use them. They are very jolly kind of things sometimes when the employees become free enough to express their feelings. See, whatever happens in the cabin has been documented, but it is confidential. So here the role of the manager becomes very important to note down all that is not happening on the paper. So friends, keep learning until and unless I bring you the next management lesson. Keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.